All right, guys, here is your second session, 30 minutes. This is going to be like a slow flow stretch. So, really focusing more on easing into stretching out the muscles, um, warming into joints, just kind of cooling down the body. Sometimes giving it a rest day is just as important as working out. So, we're going to go ahead and focus more on that today. Throw in a little bit of core work, but overall, it's going to be range of motion, mobility, and stretching. So let's get started. We'll start lying on our back as we always do. Bending knees, grounding feet, but this time what I'd like us to do is take our feet out a little bit wider this time, and then let the knees gently come together. That helps to really start to release and open up the lower back just a little bit, just above those kind of SI joints, just above the tailbone itself. And the arms are going to be lengthened out but angled away with palms facing sky. Let the shoulders roll open, and then instead of pressing the shoulders down to the floor, just let them melt into the earth. Natural curl in your fingertips. Crown of head reaching to the back of your mat, chin landing fist distance from your chest. The eyes closed and the teeth slightly parted here, unhinging of your jaw. Start to take a slow, deep inhale through your nose, and then a smooth and steady exhale out through the mouth. Deep breath in to fill all the way up. Long, steady exhale. Make sure that you empty out completely. Expansion of your ribs when you inhale. Then knitting the ribs to midline when you exhale, squeezing the breath away. Keep with an easy inhale through the nose. Now our strong and powerful exhale through the mouth. Tightly pursed lips this time, as if you're forcing air out through a straw. Feel the belly lifting and the core muscles staying relaxed on an inhale. Feel the lower belly draw down deeply and the abdominal muscles engaging, exhaling. Navel pulls down towards spine. Take just 4 more cycles of breath here. Feeling movement within, sensations being created, taking this time to clear the mind and to stay present within your practice. Let's do that one more time. Breathe it in. This time, as you breathe out, gently open up the eyes. As you inhale, I'd like you to slowly turn your head to look over your right shoulder. And then as you exhale, transition to the other side, looking over your left shoulder. Finding range of motion here. Breathing in, taking head up through center, then looking over the right shoulder. And then back to the left side as you exhale. You want to make sure that your head stays in contact with the floor the entire time you're moving. Let's do one more to each. Inhaling. Take your time. So at the very top of your breath, of your inhale, your head is turned over to the right shoulder as much as it can. Then at the bottom of your exhale is when the head is turned over to the left shoulder as much as it can. Then you'll go ahead and return your head back to its centered position. From here, you're going to interlace fingers and take hands behind head, cupping the base of your skull. Lifting your elbows up to sky and keeping the arms closely framing your head. You want to be able to allow your head, head to hang heavily or lay heavily within the hands. Let's take a breath in. On your exhale, use your hands and your arm strength to lift the head off the floor. Press the chin right into the chest. Feel this in the back of your neck down through your shoulder blades. And then gently return the head back down again, breathing in. Let's do that again. Exhale, slowly lifting up, back of head, back of neck, chin to chest. Slowly take the head back down on an inhale, and we'll do that one more time. Exhale, head is heavy. Lift it off floor, press the chin down firm. And then go ahead and release the head back to the ground. Once you have, remove your hands and lift your arms up to the sky. Have the palms faced in, the arms stacked above the shoulders, and the hands shoulder width distance apart. Taking an inhale, I'd like you to shrug your shoulders off the floor and reach your fingertips up closer to the sky. As you breathe out, I'd like you to anchor your shoulders into the floor and into their sockets. Breathing in, reaching up. Exhale, rooting in. Feel here as you reach to the sky, your shoulder blades kind of spread out in your back body. When you plug down, those shoulder blades draw closer towards each other, towards your midline, towards your spine. One more time, reach up high, breathing in. Anchoring and then staying anchored as you breathe out. From here, take your arms, reach them over the head behind you. Turn your palms to face the sky. Make sure you didn't narrow your hands behind. Your hands are still shoulder width. Fingers are still spread. Take a breath in. When you breathe out, bend your elbows. Draw your elbows down towards your hips. Take your hands out wider. Arch your back. Pop the ribs up. Then seal the ribs in, imprint the spine, and reach the arms behind you once again. Exhale, elbows bend. They draw down, back arches, ribs open up, and hands widen out. Create the letter W with your arms. And then return, reaching arms behind, sealing down with spine, sealing in with ribs. Once more. As you pull the arms down, we want to keep them either in contact with floor or the closest to the ground. That's more important than how far down you pull your elbows. Yeah. Seal the ribs down, imprint the spine, stretch arms overhead. And then when you breathe out, take the arms open to T. Your feet are already a little bit wider than shoulder width. Then separate your knees and do the same so that you have a wide stance with your legs. Breathing in, I'd like you to lower your legs towards the right side of your workspace. Firm up belly on your strong exhale to lift the legs slowly back up to center. So we're going to be working with the fronts of hips. Go to your left now, lowering legs. Fronts of hips, lower back, QL muscle, which kind of like is the lower back that kind of wraps to hip. And this is also a core exercise. So feel your abdominal muscles doing most of the work to bring legs to center. The legs should feel like they're just along for the ride. Keep the upper body steady and stable. So the legs may not actually get all that close to the ground, and that is okay and also to be expected. Let's do one more to the left, lowering. And then on your exhale, slowly lifting back up. Once you have, step your feet in so they're hip width apart. Take an inhale while you're here. Firm up your belly again. Exhale, use core strength to lift feet off floor. Pull knees to chest. Place hands on knees. Start to draw circles with your legs, moving slowly. Rolling and massaging out the SI joints. So we kind of had a little bit of side to side movement with them. Now we're just kind of massaging them out here. And you'll go ahead and pause, reverse direction. And then begin to bring the legs back into still. From here, keep your right hand on your right knee. Stretch your left leg to the floor and let the left arm just kind of lower beside you, angled out about 45, or you can open up to T. That does provide a little bit more stability and might be more effective for you. But the left arm and the left leg are both anchors pressed firm to floor. Then using your right hand, let's start to draw some circles with that right leg. Take your time. So finding full range of motion within you. Try to keep the rest of your body really stable and still, so you will be using your core strength to provide that within your body. Good. The next time the leg kind of opens out to its side, keep it there and then kind of hook your right arm behind the leg and try to hug that thigh in closer to your armpit. Flex your right foot. Begin to lift the sole of the foot towards sky. Feel the toes start to reach behind you. Hip opener. Breathe in, bend the knee more deeply, pull the heel down towards glute, and then do that again. Start to lift the sole of the foot towards the sky. We're gonna do that one more time. Draw the heel down towards your glute on an inhale. Lift the foot towards sky on the exhale. Good, bring the heel back down towards the glute. Release the hook behind the leg, place your hand back onto the knee. Bring the leg back in line with its hip. Place your left hand also on the knee. Hug the leg in closer to body, stretching glute lower back, shoulders dropping away from the ears. Start to circle the right foot around, which helps to warm up the ankle. Reverse the direction. Good, foot then comes into still. Right arm out to its side with the palm up and the back of shoulder pressed in. Take your time to slowly guide the leg across to your left, looking over right shoulder. If you're finding twist is too much for your body, take this, your right foot down to the ground, crossed over your left leg, and then maybe just a gentle ease across. A little bit less intense for your body, and then an option if you like. Settle yourself with every exhale that you take, but make sure the back of your right shoulder didn't pull off the ground. Keep it rooted in. Big breaths in. Long breaths out. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, breathe in. Firm up belly, unwind slowly, breathing out. Once you've centered yourself, let the right leg stretch out, meet your left. Flex that foot, anchor it in. Then you're just going to draw the left knee to body, just your left hand holding on to start. Let's draw some circles with the leg. Take your time. Use your hand and arm strength for guidance through. Really help to open up the leg to its side. That really helps to get into the hip. Firm up your core muscles. Use that to help keep the rest of your body as still as you can. The next time that leg kind of opens out to its side, keep it there and slide your arm behind the leg to hug and hook and draw the leg closer to armpit. Flex the foot, draw the heel closer to glute on an inhale. As you exhale, start to lift the sole of that foot towards sky. Then rebend knee, pull heel to glute. And exhale, slow lift, sole of the foot towards sky. Let's do that once more. Heel drawing down towards glute. And then exhale, pulling that foot up towards sky. Let's draw the heel back down, breathing in. Exhale, unhook the back of the leg. Bring the leg in line with hip and place both hands onto the knee. Start to hug the leg in closer to body. Drop shoulders down, pull them away from your ears. Circle the left foot around and warm into your ankle. Then reverse direction. The foot comes into still. Left arm out to its side. Take your time guiding leg across, or the foot can cross over first and then you can guide over if you wish. You're looking over that left shoulder as much as you can. You're allowing your midsection to expand and contract with your breath. And you're letting your exhales ease you into position. Let's take another breath in here. Breathing out, firming belly, unwinding body, returning to center. Once you have, bending knees, grounding feet to floor. Arms can relax beside you next. Take your right ankle, cross it over your left knee, flex your foot. Right hand comes to the inner thigh. You're going to gently push the leg all the way out as far out as you can. Once you've pushed out, use the energy of your leg to keep it as it is while you take the right arm out to T, then left arm out to T as well. Take an inhale while you're here into that right outer hip. When you breathe out, start to shift your legs over to your left as far over as you can go without the upper body lifting off ground. And then lift the legs back slowly to center on an inhale. Again, lean to the left as you breathe out. Lift up slowly as you breathe in. We're getting a little hip flexor wrapping around to QL, outer hip as well, a little bit of piriformis and glute. Let's do 2 more. Lean, slow, take your time. This isn't a race. You want to feel the shift and change of sensation. Lifting up slowly, breathing in. One last time, exhale, lean to the left with just your lower half. Pull back up slowly. And then uncross that right foot and ground it to the floor. Let's switch left ankle crossing, foot flexing. Take your left hand to the inner thigh and then very slowly and gently push it out. Create some more space to the outer hip. Once you have, use energy of the leg to keep it there as your left arm comes back out to its side. Let's take an inhale. Lean now to your right as you breathe out. Coming back up on your breath in. Use your abdominal strength to support you as you take it over to the right again with your legs, your lower half. Upper half stays grounded, rooted, and still. Pull back up slowly on an inhale. Let's do 2 more of these. Shift, take your time, and feel the change. Pull back up, take an inhale. One last time, exhale, gentle squeeze out of breath. Coming back up on an inhale. Uncross and ground down on the exhale. Let's go ahead from here and come up to seated, however it's the easiest for you. We're going to work with stretching the back body. Everything from the backs of your heels, calves, hamstrings, glutes, lower, middle, upper back, cervical spine, out through crown of head. So we have to be very mindful that our feet stay flexed, our legs are extended. We're going to start with our hands on our upper thighs. We're going to push down into the thighs to lift the chest up. Draw the shoulders down and hug between your shoulder blades. Pull the belly in and up for support. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, you're going to hinge from the hips and lean in closer to your thighs. Think of lower belly into upper thigh region. Maybe the hands could take a step forward a bit. Take another inhale, press the hands down into legs, stretch your heart up closer to your toes. And then exhale, a little bit more of a hinge, lean into the legs. Maybe the hands can take a step forward. Just make sure you never push directly down on your knees, so either above the kneecaps or just below them. Push down on the legs again and send the heart forward on an inhale. Maybe a deeper hinge on the exhale. We're maintaining length. We don't want to start to pull our heart away. If we pull our heart back, we've lost all that stretch we've created. Now let's grip the legs on an inhale, pull back on them to send the heart closer up to the toes. And then this time we're going to take a very slow melt. Start melting the start rounding your lower back, your middle, twisting my words today, upper. Gently let the head be the last thing that comes down. Make sure you're still pushing energetically out through your heels. That is important to maintain the deep stretch. Your head should hang heavily here, maybe even lightly pressing your chin in towards your chest. Breathe into the backside. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Again, breath in. Breath out, melting even more. One more time, breathe in. As you exhale, let's start to walk the hands back in, up towards the knees, up towards the thighs, up to the hips as you stack tall. From here, I'd like you to take your legs into a straddle position, one leg at a time to protect your lower back. Then if it's available to you, and if you'd like to, one hand in front, one hand behind, push off the ground, lift your butt off it, press the hips forward more, and settle back into your seat. That can help to spread the legs open just a tad more, which gives you more sensation into your inner thighs and your groin. Remember the 3 different position options. Sitting upright can be perfectly fine here. You may have to lean back, and if you're leaning back, you're not relaxed. You're lifted out of arms, your chest is up, your shoulder blades are down, and you're pressing actively the pelvis forward. A third option would be to hinge from hips to lean forward again. A little bit or a lot bit, you're choosing. But we drive out through the heels of our feet. Try to keep the toes from falling forward and keeping them pointing up to sky. Feel your sits bones, if you're hinged forward, lifting up a bit and stretching back. Breathe into the inner thighs. Breathe into the groin region. Deep inhales. Deep exhales. Again, breath in. Breath out. One last time, take a big inhale. And as you exhale, just bring your shoulders back above the hips if they're not there already. Once you have, we're going to go ahead and cross our legs. Come to a seated position. If crossing legs isn't comfortable for you, you can come to whichever other position allows you to ground your sits bones and sit upright. Let's take our hands and interlace the fingers. Keep the heels of your hands pressed together and then feel the elbows join together. Keeping this pressed into midline, I'd like you to start to create some figure 8 movements with your hands. The movement really stemming from the wrists. You're going to feel your forearms kind of like sliding within each other, and that's to be expected, right? We can't keep still, but we do want to keep the connection, yes, as best you can. We're just kind of waking up that synovial fluid within our wrist joints. And let's take a moment to reverse the direction. That might feel a little funny as we're used to doing things in a dominant way, a dominant direction. So we just kind of want to balance out our body here. And then go ahead and let that release. Let the hands be like heavy, just shake them out. Good. Getting more into the wrists and into our forearms. I'd like you next to take your right arm and extend it out in front of you, palm facing sky. Your left hand is going to come in and be placed on the fingers of your right hand. You're going to pull those fingers back as you press the heel of your hand forward, stretching the underneath of the wrist and the underneath of your forearm here. Let that gently release. Turn the palm to face down. Now your left hand comes onto the tops of the fingers. Again, pulling back on the fingers, but this time the front of your wrist pushes forward. So you're going to stretch into the top of your hand, top of your wrist, and the top of your forearm here. The longer, if you have a bend in your elbow, you're losing all of the stretch. So make sure that arm is straight out in front of you. Beautiful. Good. Go ahead and gently let that release. Maybe a little twirl there. We're going to do that to the other side. Left arm reaching out in front. Right hand just onto the fingertips. Make sure it's not on the palm of your hand. And then pull back on the fingers. The heel of your hand presses firmly forward, right? So I'm noticing this as a sideways view. I'm not having my elbows bent. I'm not keeping my hand relaxed. I'm really pulling and pushing in at the same time. Let's go ahead and gently let that go. Then you're going to turn the palm to face down. Left hand or right hand rather on the tops of your fingers. Pull back on the fingers. Push the wrist forward as much as you can. Getting now to the top side again. Top of hand, top of wrist, top of forearm.
Good, let that go and just take maybe just a little twirl there with the wrist, with the kind of forearm region. Wonderful. Once you have kind of done that a couple times, let's let the arms come down beside. Tent your fingers and take a step out with each hand so the arms are angled away about 45 degrees out. Push off those fingertips to get taller in your heart space. Tilt your head down to the right ear pulling down to right shoulder. You don't want to twist the head. Your face still squared forward, just as if you had a string on your ear, pulling it straight down. If it's available to you, right arm can wrap around that head, placing hand along the left side, maybe even lightly pressing down on the side of the head. Creates a little bit more stretch here to the side of the neck. Even if the arm is down, we can still bring the energy of that head closer to shoulder. On an inhale, let's lower chin towards chest. And then let's lift chin to sky. Again, chin coming down, breathing in. Chin lifting up. So we're getting out to different angles here. Let's do that once more. As your chin comes down, it travels more to the back side of your neck. Chin to sky travels more to the front side of neck. Take your head back to starting position. With the hand release and the arm come down first. Lastly, always lastly, the head gently comes up. It's a super sensitive stretch. We want to do it with ease. Let's do the other side. Left ear down towards left shoulder. If it's available to and you'd like to, left arm wraps, hand along the right side, and we're going to lightly press down. We don't ever want to yank it over, right? We want to be nice and gentle to our body. Chest up, shoulders back, posture tall. Breathing in, chin towards chest. Breathing out, chin towards sky. Again, chin lowering on an inhale. Lifting on the exhale. And we'll do that one more time. Chin to chest, breathing in. Chin to sky, breathing out. Take head back to starting position. Release hand, let the arm float down, and then very gently lift your head up as it lifts. Then start to take some gentle tips from side to side. And then some slow nods, straight up and down. And then begin to bring yourself back into a neutral space with your head. On your next inhale, I'd like you to take your arms, reach them out to the sides, lift them up high to the sky. It's going to change a little bit here. I know you're expecting, but on your exhale, twist to your right. Left arm lowers down directly in front of you, right arm directly behind you. Tense your fingers, touch them to the floor. Use them to lightly push off to get taller in your rotation. Then return to center as the arms sweep up overhead. Breathe in. Now you're going to rotate to your left. Right arm lowers down in front, left arm behind. Tented fingers touch lightly down on the floor. Push off of it, get taller. Inhale, unravel, come through center, lift the arms up. Exhale again, rotation to your right. Tent fingers, push off, heart to sky. Inhale into center, arms reaching up. And to your left, exhale, nice rotation movement for that spine. On your next inhale, unravel yourself to center, lift the arms up high to sky. And then exhale, let the arms float down with palms facing up. Now inhale, the arms are gonna reach up again. Here's where you're probably thinking is true. Exhale, connect the hands and pull them to your heart center. We'll do that 2 more times. Breathing in, sweeping down, reaching out and lifting up, touching hands above, and then bringing hands within to heart space. Once more, inhale, reach up high to the sky, long in your side bodies. Exhale, hands to your heart space. Hands stay here, chin comes down to chest, eyes close, and you bow in. Another opportunity to thank yourself for slowing down with this, for taking your time to ease into your body, to breathe into your body, and to know that sometimes our body needs a moment to restore, to rejuvenate, to recoup, And this is a nice way to do it. So thank you guys for treating your bodies right, listening to them and honoring them as you can. Enjoy this slow stretch, and there's always more to come. So I'll see you all soon. Have a great rest of your day.